Nathan. I'm out in Central Oregon. We're about 6 miles away from Fort Rock. I'm about to go stop out there, meet up with some friends, and it's raining at Fort Rock. Anyway, today we're gonna camp at Fort Rock. Tomorrow we're gonna drive up to Derrick Cave and meet at the desert spot. And then the next day we're going to go over to Metropolis Valley. No, there's no R. Metropolis Valley? Metropolis Valley? Megatron Valley? One of those. Ooh, and there's Fort Rock. I'm gonna cut that view because I just love that view of Fort Rock right there. We're gonna camp right over there. Oh, I love this spot. It's such a cool spot. Oh, I see somebody's pickup. Anybody I know. Well, let's see what happens. If this is the last video of me, you know, I got shot. Hello, friends. Well, I'm out here at Fort Rock. And it's really pretty out today. It's quiet. There was a truck here when we first showed up. It took off. And Andy showed up not long after I did. Jake is theoretically showing up sometime soon. But I don't know. Have a look here. Got dark clouds on that side. That's the Cascades. We drove through that. That was a mess. And then out there further east, that's dark clouds there too. So I think there's a pretty good chance we're in for rain tonight. I guess if I point this up my head. We'll see though. So,
not good at being interviewed.
Well, that's fine. So, Andy,
howdy.
Tell us about your truck here. What is this thing?
Well, it's a 2001 Jeep Grand Cherokee base model, Laredo. It's not a limited, so it's the 6-cylinder, 4-liter, good motor, good transmission, good transfer case.
All stock or?
All stock.
Yeah.
Right down to it's got the original muffler on it. It's only got 180,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
I don't even know how many years I've owned it. 5 years. Budget, everything.
Yeah.
We bought it. I drove a bone stock back and forth to work for the first couple of years, and then decided that we needed a lift, so I put a 4-inch lift on it, a little bit bigger tires. Of course, then you got to have a winch, so I put a winch on it. Then we got into the overlanding camping thing, so budget minded. Everything's budget.
Yeah.
Roof rack, $114 off of Amazon.
All right.
You know, the awning, same thing. Amazon, cheap, works, no problems. 2 years, works great. Got some cheap ditch lights. I made the brackets for it because nobody makes anything for these WJ gears. But, no, it's just a nice, good, dependable rig. Drive it every day. Probably never get rid of it. I need to upgrade and get a newer rig.
Well, keep this one just in case.
This one, yeah, I'll never get rid of it. But it's been such a good rig.
I think that's good. There he is. Bump. Who's got room for me in there? I want to walk all the way back. So once Jake showed up in his Taco Pro, we started a fire and set up for the night. I took the obligatory feet before fire shot, which actually ended up being my 1000th Instagram post. The next morning, Andy needed to head home due to a family emergency, but not before I got this photo of his campsite that I think is one of my best. So the birds woke me up this morning. The weather this morning is way nicer. We were under threat of rain last night, and it didn't happen, even though it was dumping in the mountains. But yeah, blue skies now. And check this out, here's Fort Rock, which is, frankly, I think one of the most beautiful things in Oregon. Just an amazing spot. I love it here. Let's see. How much was the zoom in? All the way. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 deer over there. I just came walking up on top of the little mesa here, and I heard a thumping, and there were all the deer. Off they go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was wondering if they'd let me get close. I'm used to the deer on my lawn that will let you get about 10 feet away before they freak out. These guys more like about 100 yards. Wild deer versus urban deer. Whew. Oh, no, there he is right there. Hey, little bunny. Oh, he's not an ugly jackrabbit either. He's a cute little bunny.
Got that nice white bushy tail.
Yeah. Jake is using my new air system, which seems to be working quite well. Air down before we head out this morning. Not too much, like 25 or so. So with that, Jake and I packed up and headed into the unknown. Well, we headed to Fort Rock first because that place is cool. Then we headed into the unknown. To us, anyway. I know the place where we were starting, and I know where I wanted to end up, but the spots in between were all new. Check out part 2 where we get lost in the desert and turn a 2-hour trip into a 6-hour trip. We accidentally find the entrance to Devil's Garden, come across a homestead, which was neat, explore Derrick Cave where I run into a bunch of people who recognize my truck from the channel, eventually meet up with the rest of our group, then get hammered by an insane rain/hailstorm followed by a double rainbow. Thanks for watching. See you next time. I'll try to edit fast. Bye-bye.